everybody. I'm doing a session for a client, so I'm going to be sharing psychic wisdom and energy healing. If any of you are interested in booking a session with me, you can do so at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. All right, I want to thank you so much for the opportunity to connect with you today, and thank you so much for sharing with us here on YouTube. I'm going to read your goals out loud, and then I'm going to get started. All right, so you say, what are the reasons I'm not sleeping soundly at night? Okay. What are the reasons I'm not sleeping soundly at night? Man, I'll tell you what. When I read that simple sentence, I have a lot of energy. My heart just plummet right into my stomach, and then it just kind of stays stuck there. And I feel fluttery in my stomach. And it's not, it's almost like emotions that aren't being digested. That's the first feeling, okay? But I'm gonna go ahead and relax, close my eyes, and get tuned in, okay? What are the reasons you're not sleeping soundly? Let's see. Ha! Okay, there's a lot of aggressive, angry, intense energy coming forward, okay? Like so intense, so loud, so aggressive. It actually threw me for a surprise, okay? It's almost like the Hulk just came out of nowhere. Okay. I'm actually gonna create a room, a special space, where this angry you can actually get all of this energy out. Because there's also an emotional you that's not being heard, okay? So there's an angry you and there's a silent emotional you, okay? Oh man, the angry you is just... Okay, hold on. I feel like he has so much to say. There's a lot of energy in the chest. A lot of energy in the chest. Calming it on down. Are you staying up at night because you have things that you need to talk about, that you're angry about? And you just have to keep expressing it, but it never really like ends that rant, you know? It just doesn't end that rant of communication and energy. I ask you if you're done. And you are, but you aren't. And I feel like I'm starting to transition into the emotional you that's silent. And you're quite uncertain as to how to work with certain aspects of yourself. Angry aspect is really, it's so loud you wouldn't be able to hear anything else. So it drowns out the sound of other things going on inside yourself, other communications, other aspects of you, okay? This emotional you is the quietest one. I feel like there's others in here. Okay. So he starts at a low, it's like a crescendo. So it starts like quiet and then it goes, okay, like this. So it just does that, okay? You're really good at doing this, okay? And it just comes out of nowhere like this. I mean, it's like this. And you're just hanging on the note, okay? Hanging on the note, okay? You love this flippin' note, man. You love it. Are you done yet? And you quietly ask me, can I be this way? Can I hang on the note? Can I just be this way? It's like you're saying in response to me, are you done yet? As though I'm telling you, you need to be different. And you're telling me, can't I just stay the same? Okay, let's see. Your guides and higher self are like, it's kind of like we're in a show, and you have to answer the question to win $1 million, and you have all these people in the background that are like, it's like, no, like they're like doing this X sign, and your higher self and guides are like in the background, and they're like doing this like X sign with their arms. They're like, no, no, he can't stay the same. He must change. He must change. This isn't a judgmental moment, okay? We're not judging you. We're just assessing the energetic balance. We are deciphering the next step for you, okay? Next step is growth. Growth, and you're going to grow out of the crescendo, okay? And then we will see what comes next, okay? No. It's hilarious. I like this. You say that you need to be this way right now. Okay. You turn to the audience, your guides and higher self, and you say, I need to be this way right now. And you literally are the Hulk telling them this. And they turn into just random people. And as the Hulk, you do the Hulk smash, okay? And you start to smash this whole place, which is like this Hollywood set. And then you have all these people, and you're just smashing everything down. And you're Hulk smashing it. And it's like you're trying to make a statement here with the behavior, because this is a Hollywood set, because there's something about society today that needs to be smashed down, that needs a Hulk smash. Something needs to be broken down. And it's like the Hulk is contained. It's like the lion is contained. It's like the animal to be free and the wild to be themselves. The human is contained, the Hulk within you is contained, and you have to just politely nod, and there's nothing you can do. You have to just sit in the stands and watch the world. And you're telling me already that the world is deteriorating, the world is destroying itself, people aren't taking action. You're not allowed to take action. You feel like something has to change, and it's all bottling up inside you, okay? All this is so hardcore bottling up inside you. I don't even know how it's bottled, to be honest. I don't know how it's bottled. Yeah, you're already like, this, okay? And it just like punches right out of your heart, like, but it explodes, like it explodes across the horizon in every direction, like as far as you could possibly get it. This energy just blows up everywhere, okay? I say, okay, we got to figure out a healthy, way to, I mean, how do I want to put this? We can channel your energy in a healthier way, okay? But you have all this energy and you need to do something with it. But why does it have to be angry? You know, why does it have to be smashing? Can we put it towards something that is growing things, something productive, something that's making a loud statement that isn't smashing things to make the loud statement, but growing things to make the loud statement? Can we do this? So yes, you have all this energy in here, very much so. You need to be putting it into something that is growing things. And then you take a massive fist bigger than the Hulk himself and you smash it into the ground and you basically scream, but what do I need to do that is great? I don't know what that is. What is it? Okay. You're mad, man. You're mad, man. You're mad, man. You mad, man. Okay, you're just mad. You're angry. Okay. I asked your higher self if we could try something, and I'm gonna let you be a nuclear bomb. This is in another world. Everybody's safe. Nobody's gonna get hurt here. but I'm gonna put you inside the earth of this dream world, okay? And you're gonna blow up this whole earth, because it's almost like you need this in order to feel better. You need the earth to blow up. Okay, it's just, it is what it is. No judgment here. That you just simply need this. Some part of you needs this, okay? So we're gonna do it. We're gonna do this. Okay, there's your very own earth, and we're gonna mirror it as everything that is really triggering all of this, okay? Conflict, because it's almost like you want to help, but you can't help, and you're stifled, and it's bothering you every day, and it's eating you alive, and now you're in a grinder, and it's hurting you, and it doesn't stop, and you're in pain, and it's torturing you and the world, okay? And so we're going to blow it all up. It's like your way of getting the pain to stop, getting the torture to stop. That's why you would want to blow up the earth, because you want this whole thing to stop torturing you. Okay. There you are, nestling you into the center of the planet. Ticking time bomb. You say, why are you doing this to me? You know I can't do that. I say, but you actually are telling me you need that. Actually, you're actually, like, why can't you just let the part of you that's saying I need this, just, they need this. No judgment. This isn't creating any harm. It's just you getting it out of your system by having like a little experience. You're creating like 8 different energy dimensions. They're all full of black. And why are you doing all this calculation and stuff? Like, what are you calculating for? You say you'll see. I'm waiting. I'm really waiting here. You can't wait to see. You say, oh, it's way worse. I'm not just gonna blow up the earth. I'm going to dismantle it 1 pixel at a time. I'm going to dismantle the whole construct. And you actually dismantle it 1 pixel at a time. And what you do with the energy is you collect it as like grains of sand in a way in another dimension, specifically for placing the dismantled earth into this other dimension. And it's like a desert. And you say the energy needs to be cleansed, and this earth that is actually a desert in this dimension is just completely in every direction desert, but it's all the dismantled earth. And you show me that in time there's this really disgusting, it's almost like an alcoholic beverage gone sticky, like a pop, and it keeps saying it's ale, it's ale, it's ale. And I see like olden days whiskey, a bar, it's sloshing sticky floor, and it reeks of alcohol in there, and so this place is full of this like residue, and it starts to lift out of the sand, and the residue becomes a really awful spirit. And you say, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna kill him. Basically, you're going to kill the spirit that's in the earth that is hurting the world. Basically, is what you're sharing with us. And this thing is odd, like very childlike looking face, like any child could draw this head and these little round eyes and this big smile, you know, but the residue is not good. It's gross. It's very gross. I see the residue wants to put itself into everybody's body. And it's so manipulative. You would think you were just breathing air, but you're actually consuming a very toxic poison. And it uses humor, it uses funny laughter to make bad things okay. Doing wrong, teasing each other, putting other people down, messing up their property, laughing and walking away and saying, I don't care. That is what its personality is like. It wants to, and then it wants to say, oh, I didn't really mean it. Oh, I didn't know what I was thinking at that time. I'm sorry. And it uses these like opposing statements in order to justify the okayness of a very wrong behavior. And it doesn't stop. It's constantly in a state of wrong behavior and laughter about it. And then, oh, I didn't really mean it. So it tries to pass itself off as innocently in the wrong, I'm sorry. And then it will do it again in some other way. And you say, I've got it contained now. I've got it trapped. And I'm watching this and I say, okay, just go ahead. You actually open the floor and you release all the pixels of the earth and you actually send it back and into the original image, and you merge that image with our earth at the present. So the earth's become one, and it's a cleansed earth that you're trying to create is a clean earth. And now you have this thing trapped in an empty space with itself. And you're wondering if it can handle itself. Like, how will it cope with itself? And I start to see the human race having to live each and every day in a basically a blank. It's all white here. It's just a blank. And it's worse than white. It's like white could be a blank canvas, so it could be a new beginning, but this blank is like a blip of forgotten space, never to be remembered. It's like a blip, a section of the universe that was removed and then disappeared. It's like never to be remembered kind of thing. So the human race stuck in a blip. And this thing becomes every human being, and every human being is hurting itself and each other forever and ever 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 and ever. And I say, so what's the solution? Because where's the parallel here? If you're going to put the earth, put it back together and then merge it with our earth, but you've siphoned out this issue. This issue becomes all the human beings. Where's the parallel to the human beings of the present day? Like, what are we supposed to do with this blip? Because it still behaves as though it is a part of every single human being on earth. You say you will crush it. And what you do is you snap your fingers and you create a flat space. And all of the illusions of people become the residue again. And it all becomes an extremely flattened, infinitely extended space in every direction, but it can't move. It can't even breathe. It can't think. It can't do anything. It's a worst nightmare scenario. I have this like odd worst nightmare idea. It has to do with stretching. Imagine like somebody has a weird jacked up idea that they're gonna like force your body into a small coffin where you're forced to like stretch. Like you have to put your nose to the floor and you're like not ever able to sit back up again because the coffin contains you in this like this stretched state that you can't hold, and you're now having a panic attack and you're in this contained space and you can't move and you can't get out of it and you can't breathe, and now you're dying in this weird jacked up painful way. It's like he feels that way. And you say it will all be over soon. And you kind of are like watching it joyfully discover itself, basically. And your higher self comes, and your higher self becomes a big fist and punches you really hard in the heart. And your heart turns blue, and you actually cough, and you cough out a part of yourself. and you stagger, vibrationally stagger backward, and you say, WTF. You guys can translate it. What the blank? And you're vibrating back, and you kind of like hit a wall, and you're all blue now. It's the next lesson for you, because you're not actually solving the issue by thinking that you're containing it and then containing it further and then helping it to self-realize through the process of its own pain. You're in a way feeling satisfied with yourself, but there's something amiss here. The job well done doesn't exist in this action. And so I need to understand why does it not exist in this action? Your higher self wants you to say why it doesn't exist in this action. You need to state it. You're coughing right now and still trying to inhale yourself back into your blue body. You try to grow bigger than your higher self because you really need this, and your higher self smacks you down again. And you say you will not stop. You'll never stop with what you want to accomplish here. You aren't going to stop. And your higher self keeps smacking you down every time you stand up to your higher self against that. You say, this is what I need, higher self. You stand up to your higher self, and your higher self smacks you down every time. Like you're just a little fly to a fly swatter. And you get madder and madder and madder and madder and madder as your higher self does this. Every time. And you try to grow bigger than the fly swatter, but you can't. You never can grow bigger than it. And you scream at your higher self, what must be done? And your higher self hits you really hard on the head. Like bonks you on the head, but like ridiculously hard bonking you on the head. Like to knock some sense into you. And I'm just like scratching my head like, why does this remind me of the Three Stooges? We have like this strange ale that's like in this contorted nightmare, and we have this you and then your higher self, and it's like, wise guy, eh? Bonk on the head, hit, bonk. That's kind of what this reminds me of. And so I'm kind of just like laughing about this. Everybody's watching me now. I was like, was I not supposed to laugh? Was that not supposed to be funny? It's all moving. I'll explain here in a minute. And this is the hardest part. Your higher self shows us that the earth you dismantled was yourself. And the residue that came out of that dismantled desert, now the earth that became the desert, was also yourself. And the box you put it in was made out of yourself, and the pain that it suffered was your own pain. And you're separating yourself from the problem when in fact you are the problem as well as the solution. And you're trying to hurt the problem in order for the problem to wisen up, but the problem only hurts that much more. And your higher self is saying, do not hurt the problem. Do not hurt the problem. It's not the correct choice for you, okay? It does not vibrationally work for you, okay? To hurt the problem. Because you are only hurting yourself. and you slump into like the puddle of mud, and you say, when will it ever stop? And you start to cry. And now I smile and I say, oh, I hear the sound of your emotions, how beautiful they are. The silent emotions are finally releasing sound. How beautiful they are. And you cry and you cry and you become this expanded puddle of mud. And you just need all of this to stop. Please make it stop. The problems stop. And then you say, these problems are not me. They're happening to me, but they aren't me. They're happening to everybody, but they aren't us. There's something else, higher self. They aren't us. They aren't us. Problems is something else being done to us. And I'm just like in the classroom like, can I answer this one? Can I please? I guess I can. Your higher self's like looking for somebody else in the classroom. Okay, I won't answer this one then. Your higher self is silent about this. Who is that other that is doing it to everybody else? Is that you as well? Are you big enough to see yourself in everyone, in everything, in every experience? Are you strong enough to transmute that energy inside yourself, thus transmuting it in every domino effect in the universe? It must first come from within you. When it comes from within you, you will see it come from the outside world differently towards yourself, okay? But first you must neutralize, you must transmute this inside yourself. The problem energy that you experience that is troubling you inside yourself, transmute it. And you will see it transmuted in everything in your life. And again, you cry. And you just feel very thin. And you're vibrationally slower. You're slowing way down. And you need some time to really think about everything. You still feel angry in your heart, but you say you will reflect. And I say, no. No more reflecting. Just do it. Just do it. Because when you already know what to do. You already know this is correct. When I hear you say, I'm going to reflect, but I still feel the anger in your heart, I see infinite time and you never stop reflecting so that you can maintain the scenario, the separation from you and the problem, which is not you. Problem is not you. But you are just as much you as you are the problem, as you are the earth, as you are the desert, as you are the gross, sticky ale baby face that's creating the bad jokes and the chaos. Everything is you. Everything is you. It all is you. Now that you know it all is you, can't you see how powerful you are? you're so powerful that you can heal it all through healing it inside of you. When you heal it inside of you, then we all breathe easy. We all relax. We are all comforted by your letting go, your shift, your transformation, a viewpoint, your epiphany, your change, your growth, your breath. It's like the perfect exhale. Just exhale. Still shaky on letting go of the anger. I say you will let this anger go. I'm not, you will let this anger go. You are letting this anger go. Give me just a moment here. I basically say you are done. I mark you as done, which means you can't override that, because you are actually done, and you need to catch up with the self that is moved on from this, is grown beyond it, so you can shed the skin. All the universe is saying it's time for you to catch up with yourself now. The old you is completed its growth or its process. Shed the skin, catch up with you. That's why when I say you're marked, you're done, because you're done a long time ago. It's time to catch up with the you that made the decision, because you already did. Have already achieved it. And that is the most extraordinary you could ever get to know right now. All right? And that's what your higher self is blessing you with today. Is this. Your higher self is blessing you with this gift of self-awareness. Emotionally, you need to get to know, because I feel like he's like one of those, okay, I'm showing a high school, and I'm showing people of different, I guess, popularities. And I see you as this a bit egotistical jock type, doesn't realize the awesome friendship you could be making with this skinny dweeb, okay, over here. And the skinny dweeb is like your emotional self that doesn't really get the popularity with you, okay, or with anybody. We all give the cold shoulder to the dweeby emotional crybaby, okay? And you know better. Because you really aren't that jock, because you're not a jerk. And your anger doesn't come from a place of being a jerk. It comes from a place of severe emotional pain. And you need to learn how to get to know your emotional self so you can strengthen it. And it can be the football player look now or whatever, because you strengthened it, okay? You go as this kind of jock guy, and you go and you hug the little dweeby emotions. And the dweeby emotions have been in a cold and lonely place for a long time, and they kind of look a bit vampire-y, like a bit oh, you're like definitely not like ew, weird. This is like a creepy little thing now. It's, you turned it into that through neglect. needs to be held. Your ego in relation to your emotions needs work, okay? Your heart is rising. I'm feeling a lot more light just breathing throughout your being, and you are truly feeling balance in and of yourself, and it's literally incredible. You are incredible. Thank you so much for this experience. Amazing. Very amazing. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you all have a very wonderful day.